A very pleasant day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Auto Review. I'm Ron De Los Reyes. Today we feature the test drive of the new Honda Jazz, and these are the Jazz units with different variants. Of course, you have the Modulo edition and the Mugen edition and the Standard. We'll tell you more about this test drive later on in the show. We're here in Panay, Rizal. We are on our way to Infanta, Quezon. Before we go on to all these, let's take a look at the latest in motoring on our Auto News Update. The city of Bacoor in Cavite goes green with the inauguration of its second charging station for electric tricycles, or E-trikes. Mayor Strike Revilla and Cavite 2nd District Representative Lani Mercado Revilla, together with executives of Kia Industrial Corporation and the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, unveiled the new e-charging station located outside the B Central Mall. The second charging station will be commercially operated by Kia Industrial Corporation, a local assembler of e-trikes with a manufacturing plant in Bacoor City.
It would help entice all those operators to shift their units into e-trike or e-jeepneys so as to promote environmental friendly vehicles, and this would create good vibes in the environment. Pangalawa, it would help us promote other LGUs to use e-vehicles in their vicinities.
The electric vehicle units will be powered by Motolite batteries.
Motolite has been partnered with Kia for the past 2 years, and they're using our battery for the test and for this launch, and they're satisfied with the performance of the battery. And the battery that we're using right now is especially designed for this purpose, to get the longest range. And Motolite is continuously developing batteries for electric vehicles so we can address the viability of the electric vehicle business in the Philippines.
Mayor Revilla said that Kia has committed to build a network of 7 strategically located e-trike charging stations in Bacoor.
Ito po yung pagkakataon na mamulat ang ating mga kabayan na mahalin ang ating kalikasan. Magsimula po tayo rito, maliit man ito, pero alam ko, unti-unti po natin mabubuksan na kailangan magmalasakit at mahalin natin. So, sumakay po tayo rito, meron po tayong e-strike na libre na ibibigay ng pamahalaan ng lungsod ng Bacoor.
Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines President Romel Juan explains that the industry is elated with the e-trike program in promoting environmental awareness and green mobility in the country.
They already have 10 vehicles here that are plying the streets of Bacoor. Meron din ho silang papa-implement na libreng sakay, yung mga e-strike nila, care of Mayor Strike dito sa Bacoor. At the same time, makakatulong ho sa drive ng Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, which is we want to launch 1 million electric vehicles by 2020.
To date, KEA or Kia has 2 versions of e-trike in Bacoor, the Bailey passenger model and the Rhine pickup type model. The Association of Vehicle Importers and Distributors, or AVID, recently discussed new directions for corporate strategy in the ASEAN Economic Community, a game changer for all its member nations. The speakers, among them Dr. Shelito Habito, Chief of Party USAID's Trade-Related Technical Assistance for Development Project, Dr. Federico Macaranas, Core Faculty of the Asian Institute of Management, Dr. Rafaelita Aldaba, Assistant Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, and AVID President Maria Fe Agudo. The forum's theme, Come Unity Setting Directions for One ASEAN, opened up a dialogue on the opportunities and challenges posed by the ASEAN integration in 2015. Nissan Philippines Incorporated has appointed Antonio Zara as NPI's new president and managing director. Zara, a Filipino by nationality, has extensive automotive experience in sales, service, and marketing, as he served various positions in GM Southeast Asia, Chevrolet Thailand, and General Motors Japan. His last position was at General Motors Korea as managing director for international sales. Zara replaced Kenji Naito, who has been appointed as Senior Vice President to oversee ASEAN sales at Nissan Motor Asia Pacific in Bangkok, Thailand. Zara expressed his enthusiasm as Nissan's newest executive and his hopes in making the Nissan brand more visible in the Philippines.
The awareness of Nissan brand is fairly high. As young boys, we knew about Nissan brand. And I think that's a good foundation for us to grow the business. And what we're doing now is putting in the right products that are more competitive. I think it was very symbolic for us to come into the market first with these cars that we are offering. And now with the PIMS, in that short span of 6 months, we are introducing our third car, the Nissan X-Trail.
Nissan is one of 17 brands participating in the upcoming 5th Philippine International Motor Show next week at the World Trade Center in Pasay City. And so goes our Auto News Update, Auto Review. We'll be back. Stay with us.
The all-new Isuzu D-Max.
Here's something new. Isuzu Philippines Corporation has launched the much-anticipated all-new Isuzu Mu-X at the SMX Convention Hall in Pasay City. Isuzu's latest flagship model comes loaded with advanced technological and design features, living up to the premium SUV's tagline, "Ready to impress." Isuzu is globally known as the manufacturer of some of the world's best diesel-powered units and are reputed only for their workhorse type of vehicles. With the release of the all-new Mu-X, IPC establishes the brand's capability of making cars for leisure, comfort, and performance with the same qualities of all Isuzu models.
Now we are very pleased to launch the all-new Isuzu Mu-X. This is the Isuzu latest flagship model, loaded with advanced technology. You can find the stylish design and the impressive utility and enjoy the driving experience.
We'll tell you more about the all-new Isuzu Mu-X next week.
East meets West at Playa Makati Hotel as it offers you a taste of Oriental delights and the luxuries of the city. This urban hub is at the heart of the Makati CBD, giving you easy access to shopping malls, convention centers, and cultural attractions. Experience the charms of the city only at Playa Makati Hotel.
Honda Cars Philippines Incorporated hosted a test drive of the new Honda Jazz. Called The One, the drive took motoring journalists to a drive from the new Marco Polo Hotel along Ortigas Avenue in Pasig to Infanta, Quezon. In our Rally Red Jazz B variant were journalists Aris Ilagan and Dinzo Tabamo. The five-car convoy took the Marilake or Marikina, Rizal, Laguna, and Quezon stretch, a former venue of National Rally Series, where the driving dynamics of the new Honda Jazz were tested. The drive was led by event organizer and race driver George Ramirez.
The rest of the way, there's this new stretch of highway that cuts across the Sierra Madre Mountains. It's really a mountain pass. At one point, you'll see the South China Sea. Then after you go through the mountain pass, then you see the Pacific Ocean on the other side. These roads are new, well-built roads. Even the radius of the corners are quite consistent. Given that the Jazz is a very small, nimble, and fun car, an exciting car, handling-wise to drive, this would give me at least a good between 30 and 40 kilometers of zigzag or dynamic driving for each participant.
We drove the Jazz smoothly along the mountainous terrain. A series of twisty roads challenged the drivers, but the Jazz's man maximum, machine minimum philosophy made the drive more comfortable because of the car's improved ride comfort and handling. The car's 1.5-liter VTEC engine also provided sufficient power for a hatchback.
It highlighted the comfort and capabilities of the new Jazz. The car was very comfortable and it was sporty. I had fun driving it.
I mean, driving the Jazz, the new Jazz, parang gave me a lot of confidence in attacking the corners because knowing its safety features. Na ano kayo, parang nainganyo to push more.
It's 1.5 liter. I think it's very, very big for the size of the Honda Jazz, which is good for drivers that would like to have a fast car. So for me, that's good because it's going to give you pure driving pleasure.
Honda Cars Philippines President Toshio Kuwahara feels proud of the new Jazz as he stressed how Honda carried over the good features of the old model in creating a better and improved generation of the Jazz.
In reality, we have carried over everything, the good points of the previous generation Jazz, but we managed to further upgrade the all-new Jazz, which was launched just in June, with, for example, the 1.5 engine mated with the CVT transmission, which will provide you shiftless, comfortable and powerful ride. And of course, it is also mated with the Honda's unique display audio system, with which the interior, the inside the cabin entertainment is further upgraded from the previous generation.
Lexus has launched its all-new luxury compact crossover called NX at the Lexus Manila showroom. The NX is Lexus's first entry into the luxury compact crossover segment. It has been conceived under the development concept of premium urban sports gear, intended to appeal to new customers who lead urban and active lifestyles. The NX has been designed to provide a feeling of agility not usually associated with an SUV, while also being suitable for urban use.
I want to make a very distinctive SUV, which is very cool, but a very distinctive, personal, and like a sports car like SUV. That's that I want to make it.
The unveiling of Lexus NX was preceded by a talk show featuring top executives of Lexus and Toyota Motor Philippines Corporation. Inside, the NX brings a sense of excitement to the cabin atmosphere that directly evokes premium urban sports gear. We're here inside the Lexus NX, a newly launched SUV from Lexus Manila. Of course, the president of Lexus Manila himself is with us, Mr. Dan Isla. Dan, thank you very much for inviting us here. This is a very good-looking vehicle from the outside and also on the inside.
First of all, thanks also Ron for gracing our event for tonight. Well, tonight, as you know, we have launched this Lexus NX. This is the first compact luxury SUV of Lexus, and we're quite excited about it because I think because of the edgy and aggressive design of this new product offering of Lexus, this will further strengthen the presence of Lexus in the luxury category. I myself was actually surprised when I see this model in the flesh. I was expecting a smaller vehicle because when we hear compact, I was thinking it's really a very small SUV, similar to what we have in the market right now. But when I see it in the actual size, I was really surprised that it's really huge and roomy inside.
The NX offers two powertrain variants, including a highly efficient hybrid in NX 300H and the first use of an all-new Lexus-developed 2-liter gasoline turbo in an all-wheel drive NX 200T.
A northern oasis awaits at Playa Tropical Resort Hotel in Corimao, Ilocos Norte. An 8 to 10 hour drive from Manila, this Bali-inspired resort promises true paradise. Bask in the beauty of the tropics and experience the charms of Ilocano hospitality. Playa Tropical Resort Hotel. It's worth the long drive.
We now turn to motorsports. The second round of the Asian Karting Open Championship proved to be a success at the Carmona Racing Circuit in Cavite. Sponsored by Petron, the Asian Karting Open Championship, or AKOC, Philippine leg is part of the International Event Series that aims to bring together karters from different Asian countries.
It's a good training ground for future drivers for higher categories. this championship series has produced already several champions now at higher levels of motorsports, like in Formula Master.
Initiated in 2012, the series aims to develop karting as a sport and give Asian karters the exposure to upgrade their skills to world standards.
You should really join karting because it's very exciting, and if many people join karting, especially if like there's so much in one class, people have a great challenge and really have fun.
What I like most about karting is the people here and the track, the speed, because it helps me a lot. It gets me in condition to do many things.
Formula racer Marlon Stockinger traces his roots back to the AKOC. For the 2014 season, top karters from Thailand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Macau, and the Philippines competed for various titles in several categories. The first round was staged in Macau in June, while the second round was held locally. The gold placers of the first few races were breakaway winners, with a good 10-second leads over their nearest competitors. Coasting to a first-place finish in the Formula Cadet Novice Expert class was Zachary David, with a time of 13 minutes 14.5 seconds. Behind were second-placer Joaquin Garrido and third-placer Troy Cortez. Meanwhile, in the Yamaha Cup Novice Expert Group, the top-placer was Wills Kasekin, with a time of 16 minutes 8.051 seconds. Placing second was Wilfredo John Dizon, and third-placer Draeko McClellan. Rhett Olganza and Paul Lawrence Tan were neck and neck during the opening laps of the Formula SQ125 Novice Expert Veterans Race, before Olganza took the reins with a 12-second first-place finish over second-placer Tan. Jericho Olganza came in third, with Chris Bendel in fourth. Bray R. Suba was hounded throughout the ROK shifter class heat by Sean Smith, while Suba posted a 2.8-second elbow room over Smith. In the mini ROK class, on the other hand, Eduardo Coseteng Jr., Bianca Bustamante, and Yu Chuen Yu Royce were chasing each other for most of the race before crossing the finish line in that order, with only 0.218 and 0.730 seconds separating them from each other. Capping off the whole-day competition was the ROK Senior Rotax Max Senior F125 Senior Open, wherein Robert Domingo finished first with a time of 20 minutes 34.7 seconds. Closely behind him were Joao Carlos Alonso and Bray R. Suba, who captured the silver and bronze respectively. Round 3 is set for October 11 and 12, again in Macau, while Round 4 is scheduled for November 22 and 23 at the Cartwright Circuit in Singapore, organized by Cartwright Pte. Limited. The Honda Jazz Ride and Drive event started here at the Marco Polo Hotel on Ortigas in Pasig City, and it also concluded here. Of course, we had a nice time driving the Jazz to Infanta, Quezon. And that's our show for today. We hope you enjoyed it. We would like to thank Honda Cars Philippines Incorporated for inviting us to the Jazz Ride and Drive. And of course, thank you also to Marco Polo Hotel on Ortigas. And from here at the 44th floor of Marco Polo, this is Ron De Los Reyes saying thank you for joining us. Drive safely all the time. We'll see you next week.